This evening, first, empowering youth through agriculture. President Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali unveils new agro-business initiatives in Region 5, offering young people opportunities in poultry, aquaculture, and cattle rearing. We'll tell you how this plan aims to transform their economic prospects. Plus, protests in Agricola. Vendors hit the streets in fear of their livelihoods as a new Chinese-owned supermarket prepares to open. Hear why they believe local businesses are at risk and what they're demanding. Also, suspended from duty. New Amsterdam's Town Council suspends Councillor Carol Trimbagat over alleged disruptive behavior. We have the details on the decision and the debate that led to her removal. And Guyana gears up for its first international business conference. Over 550 companies are set to attend. Learn how this event will position Guyana as a key player in trade and investment in the Caribbean. Finally, historic moment in Mexico. Claudia Sheinbaum is sworn in as the country's first female president. With promises to raise the minimum wage and provide more homes for the poor, we'll take a closer look at her vision for the nation. Stay tuned for these stories and more right here on Headline News Update. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for October 2nd, 2024. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, President Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali has introduced new agro-business initiative to empower young people in Region 5, highlighting opportunities in poultry, aquaculture, and cattle rearing to improve their economic prospects. Speaking to over 40 youth at a meeting on Tuesday at Maikoni, the president outlined a plan to develop 5 acres of land under the Agriculture and Innovation Entrepreneurship Program.
This project is about all of you having a stake in owning something transformative. It's bringing the banks on board, the government creating the enabling environment, the infrastructure, helping you with a business plan, giving you the technical assistance. And I'm going to ask, because we've already started in this region, to build the first modern shade house facility that will be completed very soon. We have started with a prawns production facility, and we're examining areas in which we can create opportunity for the swamp shrimp industry to expand.
The youth will be allowed to participate in the Unverwacht Prawns Project or agricultural projects within the region. These ventures will feature public-private partnerships and local banks, including the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry and Demerara Bank, have committed to supporting the youth with preferential loan rates. President Ali encouraged collaboration, advising young people to pool their resources and invest collectively. The participants expressed optimism about the program, noting that financing has been a significant barrier for many startups. The meeting follows similar engagements with youth in Regions 3 and 4 as the government seeks to drive nationwide agricultural development and youth entrepreneurship. On a different note, Agricola vendors took to the streets on Monday to protest the establishment of Chinese-owned businesses in their East Bank Demerara community, fearing it will harm their livelihoods. The demonstration was sparked by the impending opening of a new Chinese supermarket at the corner of Brutus Street and East Bank Public Road. The vendors, who have been selling outside the buildings for years, expressed concerns that the new establishment will overshadow their small businesses.
We have a business association in Agricola where our businesses take care of our community. We don't want the Chinese here. Send them in the town, don't bring them in the villages to take away our blessing from our children and our grandchildren.
We can't stop them from selling in any area, but they're coming to mash our community up. What will happen to the people that already established the business here for over years?
Local vendors emphasize that their businesses play a vital role in supporting the community and voice concerns about the impact of foreign-owned enterprises on their economic well-being.
I selling here for over 50 years. I got me little house to look after me, to look after repairs and done. I got my children, my grandchildren and all, and now they're coming to put me out. I got to move from here, go away.
The vendors are calling for more support to protect local businesses in the Agricola area. Moving on, The Mayor and Town Council of New Amsterdam has suspended Councillor Carol Trim-Baggett from her duties with immediate effect following a motion passed on September 30th, 2024. The decision was made after months of concerns over Councillor Trim-Baggett's behavior, which was described as disruptive and disrespectful towards the Mayor and fellow councillors. According to the Council, her conduct led to a breakdown in communication and hindered collaboration, undermining the cooperative environment necessary for effective governance. In a statement, the Council emphasized the importance of professionalism and integrity, urging elected officials to serve as role models for the community. While some councillors opposed the suspension, the Council affirmed that the decision was lawful and necessary, rejecting claims of malice. The Council cited past instances in the Guyana Parliament where suspensions were used to address misconduct, stressing that maintaining standards of conduct is vital for good governance. The Council Chairman allowed for thorough debate before approving the motion, reflecting a commitment to democratic principles. Stick around when we return. Regional Food Festival kicks off today, and over 550 businesses register for the inaugural International Business Conference 2024.
The Guyana Elections Commission GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31st, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Types of transactions. Anyone eligible for registration is required to visit the registration office responsible for his or her area of residence to apply for registration. Persons who are already registered could apply for a name change if they have changed their names since they were last registered. Apply for corrections if there is incorrect information on their national ID cards. Persons who are desirous of conducting any of the above transactions must provide the relevant supporting documents. Persons who are already registered could request that their photographs be retaken if the quality of the photographs on their ID cards is unacceptable. Collect their new ID cards if they have not done so as yet. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, please contact GECOM on the following hotline numbers: 225-027729, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GECOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Current smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. The highly anticipated Regional Food Festival begins today and will run until October 6th on Main Street, Georgetown. Organized by the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, the festival will feature diverse culinary delights from Ghana and the wider Caribbean, showcasing the talents of local chefs, artisans, and food enthusiasts. Representatives of the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Kimmy Williams, said the event has a lot to offer. The family-friendly event will offer a wide range of culinary delights from street food to gourmet dishes and will also include live musical performances to create a vibrant atmosphere.
You have Guyanese cuisine, you have Suriname cuisine, you have Trinidad cuisine, and we're hoping to have on board, actually they show a great interest in being on board, the Barbadian cuisine. So also, part of the Guyanese cuisine, you're going to have like pepper pot. Of course, we have the Amerindian going to be out here with the tuma, the cassava bread and stuff like that. So you're going to have a taste of that in addition to the cook-up and fry fish.
The festival will run daily from midday to midnight, offering food lovers an opportunity to enjoy authentic, freshly prepared dishes while celebrating the region's diverse culinary heritage.
Come on down, enjoy. We're going to be out here. We're looking forward to see you. The fun is going to be the same as last year, except this year we add a new feature to it. So you can win a prize. You can win 3 prizes. 3 lucky persons can win 3 prizes every night. So we have prizes like food hampers, trip to kite tour, kayaking tours. So you can look forward to that.
The festival will run daily from midday to midnight, offering food lovers an opportunity to enjoy authentic, freshly prepared dishes while celebrating the region's diverse culinary heritage. In other news, more than 550 businesses have officially registered for the first International Business Conference 2024, scheduled for October 15th to 17th at the Marriott Hotel. The International Business Conference, a collaborative effort between Ghana and Suriname, aims to provide vital networking opportunities, market intelligence, and exposure to business prospects in the region. Dr. Peter Ramsrup, head of the Ghana Office for Investment, emphasized that hosting the conference solidifies Ghana's status as a premier trade and investment destination in the Caribbean. He positioned Ghana as a central economic activity hub in Latin America and the Caribbean, highlighting its strategic location near northern Brazil and its membership in CARICOM as advantages for attracting quality investments. Suriname's ambassador to Guyana, Liesl Blankendal, also noted the strong bilateral relationship, emphasizing the conference will bring together government officials, industry leaders, and investors to foster collaboration and sustainable development. In addition, the conference organizers launched an app designed to facilitate information sharing and engagement for participants. The International Business Conference is supported by the Ghana Suriname Chamber of Commerce and the Ghana Manufacturing and Services Association. Don't go away after the break. Thousands of dock workers shut down U.S. East Coast ports in major strike, and Pentagon chief described Iran's missile attack as an outrageous act of oppression.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Current smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Mexico has sworn in its first female president. Claudia Sheinbaum has promised to increase the minimum wage and provide more homes for the poor. Al Jazeera's John Holman reports.
After 200 years and 65 men, Mexico has its first female president.
We've arrived. Women are here to guide the destiny of our nation and our lives.
Claudia Sheinbaum was sworn in this Tuesday. She's going to be the most powerful Mexican leader since democracy arrived here in 2000, with an overwhelming majority in Congress, Senate, and many state legislatures. She comes with the same message as her predecessor, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, also from the leftist Morena party.
For the good of all, the poor come first. There can't be a rich government and a poor people.
Partly because of that message, López Obrador was very popular. Many here say that Sheinbaum owes her mandate to being his hand-picked successor. But she carries her own credentials: a competent mayor of the capital, Mexico City, where she dropped the murder rate, an academic and environmentalist with a doctorate in energy engineering. Now she's got a big country and a big job on her hands, taming the gangs and cartels in control of swathes of Mexico, continuing the social programs and cash transfers of López Obrador, which she's pledged to do while keeping the economy afloat, and most controversially, changing out all of the country's judges, replacing them by popular vote. She says it will curb corruption. Critics say it will give her and her party more power over the judiciary. But first, this historic day. Mexico City's Central Plaza is packed out to hear Claudia Sheinbaum speak. She insists that she's a continuity president, here to build on the work of her predecessor. But in this often male-dominated country, just her presence in the hot seat is a quiet revolution. The celebrations went on throughout the day. After the cheers and the traditional blessings on her presidency, 6 years of hard work begins. John Holman, Al Jazeera, Mexico City.
Tens of thousands of dock workers have gone on strike across the U.S. East Coast, shutting down key ocean shipping routes and raising concerns about shortages and inflation in the build-up to November's presidential election. Al Jazeera's Kirsten Salumi reports.
At the East Coast's largest port, one of the nation's most powerful labor unions is flexing its muscles. Dock workers say a last-minute offer of 50% pay increases over 6 years from the U.S. Maritime Alliance wasn't enough to prevent a strike.
During the pandemic, we were out here in the midst of it, making sure that we had the medicine and all the tools that we needed to keep the country going. And now, throughout that, they continue to make astronomical profits without bringing us in. So all we want is just a fair share.
The International Longshoremen's Association is demanding higher wages and a ban on automation that could lead to job losses.
And then they want the robots to do everything. But robots don't pay taxes.
45,000 of them are on strike here and at 36 other ports along the East and Gulf coasts, breaking supply chains from ship to shore. With the holiday season approaching, there's concern a prolonged strike could lead to retail shortages and price increases. National Tree Company estimates holiday products, accounting for about 15% of their yearly revenue, might be trapped offshore.
My greatest fear is that the strike is prolonged and our goods just sit there until after the season. And now once we get our goods, we won't be able to sell them until next season.
The White House says there should be no impact on fuel or most food supplies and a limited impact on pharmaceuticals.
While major retailers have been stocking up on goods in anticipation of the strike, small and medium-sized businesses are likely to struggle. And the longer the strike goes on, the higher prices could go on everything from cars to bananas.
In a statement, President Biden noted that the Maritime Alliance represents foreign-owned carriers, some of whom have seen an 800% increase in profits, and pushed them to negotiate a better deal. The president has the power to order the union back to work, but so far has resisted. Kristen Salumi, Al Jazeera, Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Iran has launched nearly 200 missiles at Israel, which it says is in response to the assassination of the leaders of Hamas and Hezbollah, as well as a top Iranian commander. Israel says a response is coming, but Iran warns it is ready to attack again if provoked. Al Jazeera's Phil Livell has more from Washington, D.C.
In Tel Aviv, the sound of sirens reverberated throughout the city, and explosions lit up the night skies overhead. Israel's air defenses intercepting some of the almost 200 ballistic missiles launched by Iran toward the country. The projectiles even seen in the Jordanian skies over Amman. Israel's army called Iran's actions a serious attack. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressed the nation, insisting the attack had failed and vowed it would not go unanswered.
Iran made a big mistake tonight, and it will pay for it. The Iranian regime doesn't understand our determination to defend ourselves or our resolve to strike back at our enemies.
Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps says the attack was in response to the assassinations of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah, Hamas political chief Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, as well as the killings of several Iranian military officials. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian released a statement saying, based on legitimate rights with the aim of peace and security for Iran and the region, a decisive response was given to the aggressions of the Zionist regime. This action was in defense of the Iranian interests and citizens. Netanyahu should know that Iran is not warmongering, but it will firmly stand against any threat. This is just a glimpse of our capabilities. Do not engage in conflict with Iran. For his part, U.S. President Joe Biden reiterated America's full support for Israel.
At my direction, the United States military actively supported the defense of Israel, and we're still assessing the impact. But based on what we know now, the attack appears to have been defeated and ineffective. And this is testament to Israeli military capability and U.S. military. It's also a testament to intensive planning between the United States and Israel to anticipate and defend against the brazen attack we expected.
And the question now is what comes next. In this dangerous cycle of escalation, uncertainty throughout the region is very much on the rise, and fears of a broader conflict throughout the Middle East are at an all-time high. Hamda Salhout, Al Jazeera, Amman.
This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's Safe TV2 Headline News for this Wednesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.